We are live.
We're alive. We're alive. I'm alive. I'm alive.
We are live. Well, hello
alive.
everybody, and welcome to the IGC's Extra Life charity event, as well as our regularly scheduled Chance to Wait game for this Sunday evening. I don't have a teleprompter in front of me, so I don't have any specific message to read out, but those of you that have maybe been tuning in the past 2 days might know that we've been here at IGC working to raise money for the Extra Life Stay of Play charity to support local children's hospitals in our region. We've already raised a lot of good money for those people, and we would love to make some more. If anyone in the audience ever cares to donate, you can probably find the links. I'm assuming we have like descriptions below, right, Rainbow?
I'm plugging it into chat right now. I am logged into the wrong account, so yeah, the Impact Gaming user is me. I am a ding dong.
But if we have any people in the audience out there that want to support that charity, you can follow those links and get all the information you need. This here will be, as I said, our normal game for Chance to Wake. That's one of our long-running campaigns here at IGC. We've been running it for 13 episodes now, I think. You guys are
14.
getting into 14.
This
Okay,
is session 14.
But timings happen to have this game fall during Extra Life, so we're going to be running it tonight for any of you out there that are watching. Recognizing that it might be a little confusing having an in-progress game randomly being streamed, so some things might be a bit unclear, and understand that. Try and explain things if you have any questions as we go along, but it should be fun. Might involve some combat at the start, which is pretty universal, so
Real quick here, I did put in a link for not my personal Extra Life page, but somebody else's on our team because he has not quite reached his goal. So that is why the names don't match. But ultimately, I think they're both going to Riley Children's Hospital because both Athrun and I are from Indiana, so it doesn't really matter.
the kids get the money either way, the greedy bastards.
Harry! Is that what I sound like on your voice mod?
What?
I just thought I heard myself echo.
I think that was on Juju's.
Okay.
Huh? Maybe. I don't know.
You peaked her mic.
That's impressive.
Sorry.
But I'll do a little bit of a background recap here before I let my players speak about what they've most recently stuck their feet into. But
Not my fault.
Chance to Wake is run in my own homebrew setting in a world known as Liss. It is a place where deities are very much real and walk the earth, where death has a bit of a different meaning than it does in a lot of other worlds, and where people are all across the world trying to solve a lot of unresolved mysteries and uncover parts of the past that have been lost to time. All of our party members they come from a lot of different walks of life, but they all have things they're looking for or mysteries of their own they want solved. Came together in a really obscure colonial town just by circumstance, happened to work together to clear one of the former members' names of being a witch. That adventure wound up taking them to hell through a demon portal, which they had to fight a monstrosity to close, and brought them a lot closer together, seemingly, for the trials that they have ahead and things they would like to accomplish. So they've been around a little bit, but mostly have been geographically centered in the north of the continent, except for that planner stint. but now they are traveling south. And why might that be?
Welcome to game.
Welcome to game.
You know,
Well, better that than welcome to die.
I mean, you're welcome to it any time, I suppose.
Please no.
I don't think Venali has Revivify.
not yet.
Not yet.
Once we get far enough, it'll be a very cathartic thousand gold.
But let's talk about our players here. I'm gonna go down my Discord list and just let you guys introduce who you're playing to an audience member that might not recognize what's been happening. So, starting with you, Azzer.
Put me right on the spot. Yes, I am playing Venali Hondes, a half elf who is mostly a do-gooder of sorts. Likes to think he is anyway. Definitely a collector of lost relics and information lost to the ages. Kind of a historian in that way. And the particular reason for his adventuring is to find a comrade of his who disappeared without a trace.
All right, and Juju, our newest member.
I'm playing a lichen, a half wolf, half human type of character named Conry, who has no memory of who he is or where he came from, and he's right now kind of just tagging along with these people who saved him from hell. So he would like to one day figure out what the heck happened, but right now he's content to just hang out.
Took a bad turn at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
All right, Richter.
Hello, and Mike, the character I am playing is Mish, one of the cat folk. Well, a
I
half
knew
cat
it!
folk. Shut up, you.
I knew you
Currently,
felt furry when I was choking you out.
it's what the hell? It's the worst kept
Whoa,
secret of the
context.
It's the worst kept secret of the group, given that she always wears a hat and she has visible human ears. And she's only out and about not because she pissed off too many people at her old order, literally told her, get out of our hair for a bit, just go. And this is where she is. Now she's stuck with with these fine folk, pissing them off.
Yep, and we are getting close back to her home, actually. So that is approaching.
Oh good, I wonder how mom and dad are doing.
All right, Drew, who are you playing?
I am playing Middendorfy Toughhide, a Zoan Urso, and Midi is a outcast of his clan, and as such, he's kind of alone. But someone fixed that. But they're in trouble, so Midi is out trying to become stronger so that he can return the favor. Also, apparently, helping every lonely god that he comes across.
And yes, he just sounds like that, internet.
Yeah, this is 100% natural.
You know, I've always told you to get a lozenge.
All right, Rainbow, who are you playing?
I am playing Cal Wormwood, an elf pirate. He is kind of on this adventure from having his ship got quietly taken down by the authorities. So he's kind of taking a break from the seafarer life and walking around with these people for a little bit. But And he
Yeah.
once stole a very expensive emerald that he didn't know it had a curse on it. So there's that too.
The legend of the emerald continues.
Yeah.
Didn't you return it?
I did return
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Do you still have the curse?
Do I?
Not that you know of.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, because you haven't tried to lie.
Huh. Are there 6 more we need to find?
That you need is the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Oh god.
All right. Well, picking back up with our story, then, the party has been traveling for the better part of like probably going on 2 weeks now, making their way down the southern edge of the continent, getting right to the point where they are going to cross the massive, rapid flowing river that separates pretty much most of the continent in two and necessitates southward travel, either being done at these sort of fluctuating ravel crossings that kind of come up and go down as uh, geographic and monstrous conditions allow them to be, or going through Twain, which is a bit of an expensive proposition, and for restraining order reasons, the party opted not to go that direction.
Okay, that was not my fault.
Sure.
It wasn't.
Well, yeah, that one actually wasn't his fault.
Oh, okay.
He was just involved in it, or she was just involved in it. Now that is a conflict bred by Midi and Vinali there.
Oh god.
Whoopsies.
Oops, did we destabilize the region?
Nah.
Maybe just
Free
a little.
communism for everybody.
They'll get over it.
It's okay, because we'll spread it everywhere.
So you guys had made it to the visual range of the river, seen firsthand why just trying to say fuck it and swim across is probably not a good idea, and had turned eastward to try and look for a crossing. As you guys traveled along the sort of low scrub land and very heavily clay infused, like that kind of orangey brown sand that makes up the bank of the Ravel. You traveled for a few hours, mostly temperate weather. Although as the afternoon began to pick up, some nice gray, not overly heavy but consistent rain begins to fall, and you notice that the Ravel looks flooded and flowing fast at the best of times, but it takes the rain surprisingly with little change or variation in its texture or outward appearance. You had finally approached what appeared to be a crossing across the Ravel, although you did not see at first glance any people around, any people manning the crossing or other passengers. But as you stood sort of on a rise looking down at this uh, sort of dock and hut apparatus, you'd begun to hear the sounds of almost like a amphibious croaking coming up from sort of behind the cabin.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah,
That wasn't my
sounds like a
stomach.
frog. Not me.
Cal will, I guess he'll get up and go start peeking about.
Okay, you're a good over 100 feet from the cabin still, but you want to kind of like stealth forward and start poking around.
Yeah.
All right, make me a stealth check.
sneaky little ninja.
Alrighty. So you begin to travel down the rise, picking up on what looks like a very hastily beaten dirt path that has not entirely tamped down the grass that is growing in the region. Um, as it heads down towards the bank and this unmanned dock. You listen, and the croaking sound is pretty consistent, although you're not sure that you see anything that should be making it yet. You poke around, start to get closer to the cabin and look behind it, and make a perception check for me.
Oh, this isn't good. Okay. How did I roll higher on the perception? I have a -1 on that.
That's how the dice be.
That really do be how it be, though.
Roll 20 be a fickle mistress today.
What was that?
I tried to make a pirate voice, but forgot that I had the mod on, so probably just sounded all garbled.
No, I understood it. Also, what mod? I thought that was your natural voice.
Yeah, it's all natural.
Absolutely. So you look around, and like I said, the cabin looks dark and empty. It's a little ramshackle, and you can see, like the front of it's got some obvious like sort of scratches and damage to the wood. Like something has probably tried to get in the cabin, although it appears dark and quiet. You look around, you don't see anything at the immediate riverside. Look back over at your friends. Do you guys stay back or could approach with Cal?
Connery will probably follow Cal.
Mish would also approach.
Yeah, Mitty
A
will go
bit
too.
of a distance, but I'll also be approaching.
Okay, so you look back after scouting ahead, and I mean, you are out in the open, so your friends see you down there, not immediately reacting to any danger, start to come after you. As they get closer, you look, swivel your head back around and look back at the river. And within the, quickly moving gray flow, you see two pairs of yellow eyes just sitting above the waterline looking at you.
Dinner time.
Someone got a little bit curious.
As you sit there and presumably are locking eyes with this creature staring it down, you hear like a bubble popping sound, and another pair of eyes appear looking at you about 5 feet off.
Multiple friends. Do they look like normal frogs?
Not entirely. Though the eyes and the red sort of slimy skinned face that starts to breach the waters about as big around as your torso.
Okay.
Oh god.
I'll see the size of this lads. Are they all that big?
Yeah, and you begin to see another pair of yellow eyes, two pairs of similar eyes but red, and they all start to get closer to the shore. Just about the time that the rest of your party is starting to join up with you abouts, you guys start to see, pulling themselves up onto the bank, a series of amphibious, sort of lizard-like creatures, 4 legs, long bodies. A lot of them are the same color as the clay-like soil here, and they're very thin and long. Some of the others are like a blue, darker color that have these huge, almost like spiky chins that you can see have like, you guys know how like crabs get that surfy bubble foam at their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a beard of that as they come up out of the water, and they're weirdly proportioned. Their heads are so much bigger than their back feet that their face kind of drags on the ground as they come. You can see sparks kicking off of it.
Like,
Oh god.
how many are there?
You see 5 in total that are coming up onto the bank as Cal is sort of caught between them and you guys.
Kyla's gonna back up a little, back towards the party.
I think at this point, I'll move us to the combat map here.
So are these
It's so presupposing of you.
snakes?
Like I said, they have think like a salamander body shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have kind of longer bodies. The orange ones are thin and more lizard-like. The blue ones have more of a crocodile kind of chunky thing going on, but they're top-heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But they have legs, 4 apiece, that they are starting to sort of pull themselves up onto the bank of the ravel with. And they literally 5 pairs of eyes trailed on you, Cal.
Dinner.
I am. I know I just said I was starting to back up, but like I am backing up in a way where.
Faster.
Well, no, but I'm not breaking eye contact. I'm not like turning my back on them. I know better than that.
Hmm.
Play
Make
dead. You don't
and
know.
oh, are you gonna play dead?
Me?
Yeah. What you said you're just backing away.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an intimidation check for me. I'm gonna roll 2.
Ooh.
Okay. You lock eyes with these salamanders and doing your best 5 versus 1 to give an equal amount of stare down time to each of them. They don't stop approaching. They kind of are doing that. What?
I think I just got a donation when you said that. So I just heard yay over the top of that.
Nice.
They don't stop approaching. Yay!
Yeah. I wasn't
They
expecting that, sorry.
You're fine. They're doing that. I think of it as a cat-like thing, where their heads are bent low, and they're kind of slowly approaching with the head kind of bobbing up and down as they like try not to be too excited looking. But holding their gaze, you manage to back up most of the way to your party before they seem ready to spring. So, at that point, I think it's time that we roll some initiatives.
Time to. None of y'all are gonna back me up.
Oh, just you on that one.
Oh, fuck.
Where did my thingy go?
Oh, good. It rolled exactly the same the second time, so I didn't need to add it in. Thanks, Roll20.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute. That's 3 in a row.
Okay, that needs to stop.
A decent amount of 10s in the last few rolls.
All right. Step away for just a second.
Alright. They rolled really well on their initiative. Alrighty, so As we get started with combat here, as I said, you see these definitely two differently presenting amphibious creatures. Vinali and Mish probably recognize these as native creatures to the region. To get more information about what they might specifically be, you could try and recall information during your turn with like a nature check. But
Okay.
these aren't like weird aliens you've never seen before. They look like local fauna that are part of the reason why the Ravel's dangerous.
And they're just hungry right now.
Yeah, you guys look tasty.
Well, that's funny because they also look quite tasty.
So we will start.
Someone's gonna be eating good for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Start with the orange ones. So okay, so they all kind of approach a little bit and kind of start sizing up. Oh, he's actually out of range. Okay, the one on the far right is going to dash for his action to move closer. The other two, though, are in range. So you will see them rear back their elongated necks, almost cobra like, before shooting forward and launching several globs of acidic venomous spit at you, Cal. Okay, so.
Amazing.
Okay. That was an 8 versus AC. I'm assuming that misses.
It does.
15.
That misses.
21.
That gets me.
And another 15.
That does not.
Okay, so one of the acid spits is going to get you 4. So you take 6 acid damage.
The fact that I just short circuited over trying to do math. Oh my god. I was like
Right, and then the other ones are going to go ahead. Approach forward and then yeah, the one over here on the right is going to dash as well. 5, 6 to get closer to the party. The other one is going to use his charge ability. So, Cal, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me. Oof. Okay, you guys watch as this is a very top-heavy amphibious creature. Its spiked jaw kind of dragging against the ground, just sort of gets its hackles up, starts to shimmy its little webbed paws, and it just slides forward with surprising speed in a straight line a good distance. Cal gets knocked over, barreled over to the side, and is knocked prone while you take 4 acid damage. Additionally,
you can stop there. I would be fine with that.
as it picks its head up, you guys see in the trail they had charged, it has left behind a thick, oily, tar-like substance that it just has drug into a trough through the ground.
You forgot viscous.
It's very viscous.
Ew.
What's the viscosity?
So I've left that marker there. The slime is on the battlefield and appears to be sticking there. You see it kind of sublimating in the rain, like it's just coming up and steaming.
Is that what that word means?
Yeah, to sublimate is to go from solid to gas.
Huh.
That's what dry ice does.
Gotta skip that liquid phase.
Moving on to Vinali.
All right. These two in the front seem like the most immediate threat, so I'm going to go ahead and cast Fairy Fire on the two of them.
Alrighty.
That is a DC 15 Dex save from each.
Okay, that is a 11 for the left one and a 14 for the right one.
Nice.
So they both are fairy fired. You guys see this like I said, sort of fairy light, glowing energy just appear in this space as Vinali casts, and it sticks to them, highlighting their unflattering curves.
And as a bonus action, I am going to spend a couple of sorcery points and quicken a firebolt at the one on the right.
Alright, and you make that with advantage?
Yes.
Okay, 16 will hit. Okay, you watch as the firebolt careens off and it strikes the creature on the right. Definitely takes the hit, thanks to your fairy fire. But as as sort of the action clears, you see that it doesn't take as much damage from the firebolt as you would have expected. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Okay. Learning.
Knowledge is half the battle.
Alright, so that is your turn. Any movement?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Alright, Conry.
Alright, I'm going to. What is happening? Oh my god. Hold on. My thing's being fucky. Okay. No. Wait. Okay. I'm gonna go up to this guy. And then I'm going to use my Draconic Strike with the lightning aspect.
Alrighty, make that attack roll.
You do have advantage.
Yeah, roll one more time for that. Okay, that will hit, so roll the damage. Okay, 5 lightning damage. Okay, and you get another punch as well.
Okay. Do the same thing.
One more time again, because it was at advantage.
Okay.
Just to see if you crit. Nah, okay. So 10 lightning damage. Okay. You guys watch as Conry runs up the battlefield, and in a new move to most of you, you see not fire, but lightning begin crackling up the fur on his hands as he just wails into the amphibian in front of him, and the creature reacts violently to that and starts flailing around and trying to back away from Connery. It does not like the lightning damage. As you wail into it, Connery, you see that these things are covered in a very thick layer of mucus.
Yeah.
Your fists slide off just lightly as you punch them, and although they definitely seem to not like that lightning damage, as you sort of back away from the creature, you see that in response to this trauma, it is secreting a lot more mucus.
Ugh. Is that
So-
on my hands now?
You're probably a little dirty, sure.
Ew. And wipe my hands off. It's gross.
So you do have a bonus action. Do you want to punch again, or was there something else you'd like to do?
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta move my car.
Alrighty. So like you could punch again. You could use your dodge action to try and make it harder to hit you.
Can I try my Breath of the Dragon, or do I have to say?
Let me make sure. I don't know if that has to be an action or not.
Because if not, then I'll just dodge.
It does say when you take the attack action on your turn. So yeah, I think that has to be part of your first 2 punches.
Okay, so then I'll do the I'll dodge.
Okay, so spend a key point, and you'll go into patient defense.
Okay. Do I need to click anything for that?
Nope, just whenever you get attacked until your next turn, it's at disadvantage for them. Okay, so moving on to MIDI.
False alarm,
Alright.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Mitty is going to rage, and for weapon of choice, he's going to grow out and sharpen his claws.
Alrighty.
He will run up to this one here and will use overwhelming force for the first hit.
Okay, 23 will hit.
Not gonna push. So.
Okay, 6 damage.
Then second hit.
14 just hits.
Ooh, sweet.
For 10 more. Okay.
And
It's looking pretty rough.
final hit is the follow-up claw attack.
And that will hit. Okay, so Mitty and Connery just charge the blue creature as it comes into the group and just wails on him with a series of fisticuff hits.
Just punching back and forth to each other.
Mitty, make me a Constitution save.
Oh, I'm good at that. Oops, I didn't mean to roll that at advantage, but also, I hate you roll 20.
Yeah. Why would you say that out loud?
Okay. As you pull your claws back, you see they are heavily coated in the mucus of this creature, and you start to feel like the flesh of your hands start to go numb as you sort of violently shake them out to try and get the sticky substance off, but you power through the sensation.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm assuming that was all for you?
Yep, that is it for me.
Okay, Cal, it is your turn. You're kind of middle of the combat here, but you are knocked on your ass, so
And it costs me movement points to get up.
yeah, it'll take half your movement, so 15 feet, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Cause I'm just gonna right back down here and help the other two boys.
All right, you're gonna bully this
Oh
the
hell
creature.
yeah! I'm gonna give him a sticky stab.
Okay, so that is an advantage.
Are you laughing at me, Juju?
No,
No?
no. I would never.
Here's a GIF summarizing what is happening.
I'm clicking and it's not going. Why not? And of course it went twice. I'm sorry. I don't know why it was doing that.
Okay, well the 18 will hit. Click, make sure you have your sneak attack checked and roll damage. I want to see how much you overkill it for. By 12 points.
We will be eating good tonight. I sliced him up pretty damn well.
Yeah, you pick yourself up off your butt, kind of dusting the dirt and some slime off of your pants. You just walk forward with your Avari longsword and just unceremoniously stick it in the creature's butt.
We were just talking about this. Is this because we were talking about Naruto earlier?
Did you use
Oh god.
Pain with a sword?
Yeah, we literally just talked about this earlier today. It's so funny.
I was going more for like the meat of his ass, not like up the butt, but sure.
That's not what you said! That is not what you said!
So, one of the big blue creatures, with a mournful but slightly aroused croak, dies.
Oh my god.
Doing charity
Friendly,
for children.
friendly reminder, this is a charity for kids. We do not condone whatever.
Our
Party frog?
stream is
Just
more
saying.
mature. It's
We don't
fine.
kink shame here.
Alex Jones was right.
Okay, don't go that far.
Okay, roll it back, bud.
Alright, Mish, it is your
Amazon will
turn.
find you. Amazon has heard everything.
So Mish, upon seeing that, is just gonna shudder like, she's gonna make one step forward here, and she's going to invoke her Blood Maledict, choosing to bind this creature.
Is that a bonus action or a reaction one?
Da, 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 da.
I don't remember. Let me look.
As a bonus action. So she's using her bonus action for this.
Okay, gotcha.
So she doesn't even have to move. So she'll bonus action blood bind it. So first things first, have to hurt
Alright, well,
myself.
you don't have to hurt yourself unless you're amplifying it. Are you amplifying it?
Oh no.
Like, if you just use the base version of it, you don't have to do damage to yourself. You do
Okay.
that if you want to like use the empowered part of it.
Okay. Then yeah, no, she's not gonna amp it for this one.
Okay, so strength saving throw, and it made a 15.
Yeah, beat it by one. God damn it.
Okay, so you invoke your blood curse and you try and make the creature's blood lock in its body the way you did to Nola so cruelly a few weeks ago. But the creature seems surprisingly hardy and manages to power through that effect.
Well then. She'll deploy Charity in its spear mode and from this distance try to stab at it.
Alrighty. So your attack has advantage, but no right on it.
Yeah, I have to invoke the right first.
Well, it's a bonus action. You
Yeah,
used your
but I
bonus.
already did one. So, with advantage, you said?
Yeah, because it has a fairy fire on it. Okay, 17 will hit for 5 damage. And I think you have a second attack now.
Yes, I do.
12
Really?
will miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Right. Did you want to move at all, or?
She'll take a few steps this way.
Alrighty. Okay. Top of the order, back to their turn. You guys haven't done so yet. Either Vinali or Mish on your turns, you guys could make a bonus action check to identify the nature of these creatures if you want to.
Alright, I need to do that.
Yeah, that you could totally kill them without doing that, but if you want to do it in combat,
Just let us know if they're edible or not.
Even if they're not, Mitty's gonna try.
So first off, you see this creature, noticing the slime trail, will back up to the front of it. You'll see it lower its head and open its sort of over-wide jaw. The tongue comes
Oh
out,
god.
and you see it's hard at the very end, like flinty, and it taps the roof of its mouth with it, and sparks come off before the entire path of slime ignites.
Oh no.
Oh, that's new.
So everybody who is within a 10-foot burst of every point of the trail, which will include the 3 of you that were bullying the frog.
Nice how it is.
Aha!
And Mish.
No, I'm not
No.
in 10 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, Mish is just out of it. But so the 3 of you, Cal, Connery, and Mitty, need to make a con save.
That and I have Juju in front of me.
Alright, I am not good at con saves. Wink.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah, okay, so you all succeeded. You were all knocked back 10 feet from the eruption. So, Mitty here. Roll a dexterity saving throw, Mish.
Oh god.
You get a
Advantage
wolf
or
boy.
normal?
Just straight. Okay. You duck just away long enough for Connery to be blasted back.
You're not gonna have him be tabletopped?
I had him roll to save.
Ah.
So you're all knocked back. You all also take 7 acid damage. And you see that the trail of slime, including all of the grass that was underneath it, is vaporized and smoking these heavy, like green, toxic fumes now. But the trail has been consumed.
How
You
dare.
said 7 damage?
7 acid damage.
Oof, okay. I need to know. Side note, did any of us like lose body hair from that heat? I immediately imagined Mitty just becoming like a cartoon seared naked bear.
No, but he did lose his eyebrows. Just the eyebrows.
Nothing on his snout, which is ahead of his eyebrows.
He overplucked them this morning.
You'll die for that.
Are you counting your damage and your temporary hit points, son?
Yes, it helps me keep track.
Okay.
That is currently where my HP is at right now. Don't touch it.
You're fine. On my screen I don't see you or Connery taking damage, so I was wondering.
Should I swap them?
Oh, what was my... Oh. I didn't even pay attention. What's my damage supposed to
took
7.
7.
7, so it should be at 31. Not 331.
Connery forgot he took damage.
Pain is subjective.
That's what adrenaline does to you.
I mean, if anybody's going to have forgotten that they took damage, Connery would be the one.
Yeah. Advanced amnesia. Forgets so hard that the effect is deleted. Sounds like a fucking stand.
The other two approach a bit further and are going to fire their corrosive spits. 2 at you, Mitty, and then 1 each at Cal and Mish.
Yeah.
So starting with Mitty, that is a 14
Yes.
and a natural 20.
Red.
Okay, let me roll the damage for that. So
On the bright side, it's not a Vorpal sword this time.
Yeah. Is there like do we get like little journals that we get that keep track of so that I can know like what all monsters that we've seen that I've taken a crit from?
if you'd like to, you can write down your 13 acid damage there.
Ow!
Okay, down to 1 against Mish. An 11.
Versus.
No, wait, sorry.
armor-
That is a 9 on my dice. A 14 versus AC.
Yeah, it doesn't hit.
Okay. And a 19 against Cal.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 acid damage.
Hey, baby. I swear to God, if I get downed by some lizards, I am never playing in another one of your games. I'm just saying.
That's okay, I've got some health kits I can stabilize you.
Wait, that was 10 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the other blue one is
Forget.
going to go right there and charge through the 3 of you.
Oh no!
no.
Ooh, can I try and catch him? Like the carrot grab?
No.
Right out your hands.
Okay.
They're all slimy.
Hold your arm out and have him self clothesline.
No, we'll do that formation like they did in Hunter x Hunter, where they were catching the dodgeball.
Okay.
Can I attempt to dodge out of the way?
All 3 of you make a dexterity save.
God, Rin.
And you have, well, you passed, but you have danger sense, right, Mitty?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could have been an advantage, but you're fine.
Do I need to?
Yeah, you're in its path. Fine, you guys are good. You don't take any damage. You are still moved 5 feet away, but you're not knocked prone.
I'll get knocked down, and I'll get up again.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
If the slime trail these things leave behind can be set on fire, can they be set on fire?
Mm,
And if they were, would that do anything?
Based on the firebolt that Vinali shot earlier, I'm gonna say no.
make a perception check, Juju, since you were the one that was wailing on them up close. So you saw that these creatures are covered in a layer of mucus, right?
Okay.
When you hit them with lightning, they really didn't seem to like that, but it made them secrete more mucus. When Vinali hit the other one with fire, you saw that the fire didn't do much damage, but it ate some of the mucus away.
So you can burn away the mucus. And is the mucus acting then like a defense? And if you burn away the mucus, that makes them.
If you Am I allowed to like mention what you've mentioned before, if it's already been said?
Yes.
Okay. He did mention they have flint tongues.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to say too much because he showed me this earlier and I've been spoiled. But
yeah, so you guys were knocked aside. New trail right in the middle of a bunch of people. So maybe keep an eye on that. But we're back to Vinali.
Okay, seeing my identical twin cousin getting mauled over there, I will go ahead and you know what? I'll do a third level healing word.
Ooh, big money. So 12 points of healing.
Yeah, so Cal, hopefully that helps.
oh yeah, that was good. Thank you. I feel better already.
So that was your bonus action.
And for my action, I will go ahead and I'll use another sorcery point, and I'm going to transform my firebolt into a lightning bolt and target the fairy-fired frog.
Okay. That'll be with advantage because of fairy fire. $17 will hit. Oof.
14 lightning damage.
So 28 lightning damage.
Jeez.
Okay, he did not like that, although given your proximity, Cal, you do notice as soon as the creature finishes spasming from the lightning, you see its skin visibly getting thicker with the mucus.
Disgusting. Okay.
Any movement, Vinale?
I saw how that trail ignited last time, so I think I'm just gonna swing a little bit wide around that. Over to here. And that'll be
Alrighty.
my turn.
Wolf Boy.
Woofy. Hmm. I think I'm gonna wail on it with lightning punches again.
Alrighty, you may do so. Your attacks are still at advantage. Go to the top of your character sheet. There is something you can toggle, which will do it automatically for you.
Oh, just switch over to advantage?
Yeah, and go ahead and roll again just to see.
And then.
Oof.
So that shouldn't be the crit, because it should be the third thing you rolled, but that's funny. So roll the crit damage. Okay, so 15, 30. One punch, Connery walks up and just fucking annihilates this frog.
Leaving nothing but the frog legs. Connery knows how to hunt.
Just punch it straight in the face.
So does the music start playing?
You electrocute the creature so thoroughly that even though it's dead, its legs are still twitching and kicking.
it's got a really cheap physics engine, so it's just clipping into the floor and vibrating until it eventually flies off into space.
Did Todd Howard program this world?
Make a Constitution save for me, though.
Why did I feel part of Rin die at that mention?
Should I have done that at advantage or no?
No. So that should just be an 8, which is a fail.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
So you take 1 poison damage, and you feel as you retract your arms from the creature. What's up?
Hmm?
So I thought I heard someone say something. But so 1 poison damage, and as you take your hands back, they feel like numb as fuck.
For fingies no work no more.
You will now have to slap them with wet noodle fingers.
Just like twist my torso around and flail my arm.
In game terms, you are considered poisoned, which is disadvantage on your checks.
I'll be right back. I gotta move my car.
For real this time.
Yeah.
And before another false alarm.
Well, see, last time he moved it backwards, and now he has to move it forward.
Forward and back, and then go forward and back. Okay.
I mean, anybody who lives in a major city like New York knows sometimes you do have to move your car forward and back and forward and back.
You still have, well, I think, 25 feet of movement, Juju, and you still have your extra attack.
Go punch them with your wrong hand.
I don't think you can get in melee range of any of the dudes unless you want to spend another key point to run really fast as a bonus action.
No, I'm not, but I am gonna move away from slime line.
So what you could do, if then, is you could use your extra punch that you're not going to use, and its line attack, Dragon Breath, to hit one of these guys from range.
Ooh, can I reach this one from here, or do I need to get...
It's a 30-foot line, so if you can draw a 30-foot straight line at someone, you can.
If you can get to here, you can get 2 of them with a diagonal line.
What are you doing?
I was checking the distance on my own. Sorry.
No, my my map thing was being weird. So that's 25 feet, so I could hit it. But isn't the 30-foot one a cone?
It's just outside, damn it.
Yeah, that looks like it's as far as you can get.
There.
Because I think that's where you started from. Yeah.
Okay. So then from here, I'll use then Breath of the Dragon. I can make that lightning aspected as well, right?
Yes, you can. Alright, and that will hit both of them, yeah?
Oh, sweet, I got 2. Nice. And then...
Okay, so spend a use of your Breath of the Dragon. It's a resource I made for you on the right of your character page.
Hold on.
If you see that. Like to the right of where your key is.
Oh. Okay. Spend a use.
And then DC 14 for both of them, so they need to make dex saves. Natural 20 on one, and so they both pass, so they take half damage. But you're doing lightning damage, so it's double, so they both take 7 lightning. And you will once again see them, both of the creatures that you hit, sort of shudder and begin secreting more mucus.
Okay.
But you got a nice 2-for-1 special. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all you can do. So, MIDI.
Alright. Go ahead and charge this one. And go with overwhelming force.
17 will hit. For 7 damage.
Ooh, that one's gonna miss.
Yeah, unfortunately. And did you want to push him or not?
Nah.
Alrighty.
And then Claw.
12 will not hit.
Okay. Unfortunate, but that is going to be Mitty's turn.
Okay. Move on to Cal.
I'm gonna go up here and stab another frog. But
Okay. It is. The attack is not an advantage, but if you hit, it will be sneak attack because of your swashbuckler thing.
because I'm coming up to him from behind.
Rogues do it from behind. A 13 will not hit, unfortunately.
Okay then. Can I use a bonus action to disengage and scoot back a bit so I don't get fired? Is it legal in this economy?
You can do so. You started from here?
Yes.
Okay, so you would have 10 feet of movement if you did that.
Okay, I'll go down here then.
Okay, so you come up, try and swing. These orange ones are much lither and more bendy noodles than the other ones, and you totally whiff hitting it, and Connery watches Cal run the fuck away. Alright, Mish, it is your turn. Or sorry, were they back from the car?
I'm back.
Okay, so it is your turn, Richter.
Did you move the car forward or back?
I had to move it both ways,
And then you put 1 foot forward.
unfortunately. For this case, Mish will actually use her bonus action to identify these things.
Okay, make me a nature check. Okay, this is funny. I wouldn't normally do this. And these aren't like super complete because I did add something to them after the fact. But with a natural 20 on your roll, look in the Discord channel.
Okay.
Could you read it for people that are watching?
Hang on. I can read it. An acid jet eft. Okay. Oh.
So these creatures are salamanders native to the Ravel. They come in multiple varieties. The two you are fighting are the Acid Jet Fs and the Bubble Beard Fs.
Bubble beard.
The Bubble Beards secrete a toxic substance, which the Acid Jet ones are able to ignite, as you guys have witnessed firsthand. They are natural predators to things along the Ravel. They like to poison, paralyze, burn creatures before consuming them, and they usually are nice pack hunters.
Mm-hmm.
You added that after? You added things onto it after you showed that to me?
Yeah, I added the if they get an extra layer of slime from lightning, that it will poison you if you fail a con save hitting them.
Ah, okay.
Oh, good to know.
Which Connery is currently dealing with.
Found that out firsthand.
But yeah, so Acid Jet and Bubblebeard Fs. You, with that roll, know surprisingly incredibly detailed information about these creatures.
Mish just reboots like a computer and starts telling us all the fun facts about these reptiles.
According
Yep.
to D&D Beyond.
Hold on, let me check Google.
Like, she just looks at it like, oh yeah, I remember dealing with this. Oh god, why are they so big?
You know, if you let a goldfish out that you've had in captivity, you take it out to like your local pond, and it grows to be like a 5-pound fish. These were like somebody's pets that they let loose, and now they're giant.
Yeah, that's probably what Mish is thinking right now. Like, oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Alright, so that was your bonus action.
Um. Hmm.
And you can relay any information from that sheet that you want to your friends if it becomes relevant.
She saw Juju punch lightning, right? Or
Connery, yeah.
Juju's Connery's character punched with lightning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have seemed to not like that.
And like, she'll just shout over to Connery, "Hey, you know that lightning punch you did? Do it again."
I can't.
Why not?
I can't make a fist anymore. My hands are numb.
Oh.
Slap it.
Come over here and make a fist for me.
Turn your head
Uh,
and cough.
No, as in like, do that again, but be an improvised weapon for Mitty.
Did you
you're a
not see
decent
me
club,
just
right?
breathe lightning on 2 of them right now?
Yeah, could you cover yourself in lightning so I can use you as a mole?
But movement and action, Richter.
Okay, so she'll move forward to right here. And since she used her bonus action trying to identify it, she'll just stab at this one with her spear.
Okay, that is a normal strike,
Yep.
which will hit for 5 damage.
And with her extra attack,
Yeah, roll one more time. Will also hit for 11 damage. Nice, that one's looking pretty injured now. And because of your reach with your spear, despite this one having the thicker slime layer, your weapon's a bit gunky, but you do not have to make a save about it.
thank God.
Okay, and now it is their turn. Okay, you will see the one that did so previously seemingly cannot help himself despite the fact that there is no one in range of which to be hit by it. He's going to run past you, Mish, and ignite the line again.
What? Oh God, no.
Because it is a genetically derived joy for them to explode those things.
Always having fun.
So you guys watch. He goes and flints the line again. It erupts, knocking the corpses of his brethren aside, but not injuring anybody. Did you want to opportunity attack him? He did run like right past you.
Yeah, so Mish will just like spit over, like, stop that!
Okay, 13 will miss.
God damn it!
Okay, the other two are gonna just spit. So because you're in melee with that one, Mitty, his ranged attacks are a disadvantage.
Okay.
That's a natural one. Okay. And the other one is a 12, which will miss.
All right.
Okay. The other one is going to shoot Conry. He'll do Conry and Mish again.
Sorry,
So,
he'll do me?
yeah, you didn't sign up for that?
No. If I'd known.
Well, an 8 will miss anyway.
Okay.
And that is a 19 against Mish.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, so that is 6 acid damage.
Ow.
Spicy.
And that one is going to run the fuck away. All the blue ones are dead. This one is like half clipped into the ground, like his face is beneath the earth and his legs are twitching.
Still got off after effects, aftershocks of the lightning attack.
He is going to clip into the ground and launch 1,000,000 feet into the air.
Yep.
Finale.
All right.
Not the bubble beard.
They were endangered, and now they're gone.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and
Another job well done.
double check, make sure I can do this. Okay, no, I can't. So I am just going to bonus action. Yeah, I'll do a spiritual weapon.
Alrighty, where would you like to put that?
I'm gonna put it right here.
Okay, let's see. You can use this bubble beard to hit him.
Nice. Clipped into the ground and then launched at the other one.
Alright, so make that attack. Yeah, that'll hit. For 10 force damage. It's looking pretty rough.
And then for my action, I'll do another lightning bolt. Not the actual spell, but the converted firebolt.
Okay, against that same one or a different one? Okay, roll the attack, just a straight one.
Oh, miss.
Yeah, unfortunately. You did not want to use your Feywild shard on the metamagic stuff you've done so far?
Oh, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was going to do that, and then I completely forgot about it.
Alright, so you are invoking the powers of the cradle?
Yes, for that missed firebolt. That's a D100, right?
Whatever the card says.
It uses the wild magic table from the sorcerer, which I think is a D100. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, I got it here.
Okay. Ooh,
8.
low roll.
Oh,
I
no.
just looked. Of course I did.
What happens?
Instant karma.
Oh god.
Luckily, I'm by myself.
If you summoned another dragon, so help me.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I'm probably about to go unconscious.
Oh no!
Did you turn into a plant?
I mean,
Worse.
you're not going to hit anybody but yourself.
Which, I mean, is a good thing at the end of the day. For a healer.
Okay, so you guys watch as Vinali has... Well, here's a flavor question. What have you done with the shard? Have you left it on Audra's necklace? Have you removed it?
I would have left it on the necklace.
So he's got Audra's blue sapphire and encrusted. That's not the right word. silver necklace with the blue sapphire in it in his hand, and he's used it to cast this spell. As he does so, you see a fluctuation of power, like just a tiny bit of almost electricity, come up off of the blue stone in the middle of it. And as he does so, out of nowhere, you guys just hear a deafening explosion sound as the area in a 20-foot radius around Vinali just explodes.
No.
Luckily,
Did
I
we mean to
do
do
know
that?
absorb elements.
So, make a dexterity save.
Oh my god, I can't believe Vanali's dead.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah,
Fade by the Gods is not going to help that.
Wait, don't we have a story point?
Don't worry about it. I know
Okay.
absorb elements. I can
I was gonna
take
say.
damage.
Can't
Okay.
believe Vanali's fucking dead.
So,
I will be
2,
doing that.
5, 10, 15, 16,
Jesus Christ, what did you do?
Fireballed myself.
21, 26, 28,
Dude,
30.
you're obliterated at this point.
Are you minced meat yet?
Okay, so you would take 30 fire damage.
Oh god.
It's reduced to 15.
Okay, you take 15 fire damage as the flames and smoke start to clear, aided a bit by the decently heavy rain going down. You see a blackened and charred Vinali standing in a bald patch, far more impressive than the ones the F's made of his own doing.
God, I need to open Photoshop.
How do the Fs respond to being outdone?
All three of the living F's are staring at Vinali with hard eyes.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
I just like stare back at them like that was totally intentional.
That's how you became their king.
Wait, did you say H-A-R-D or H-E-A-R-T?
Heart, like anime style.
Well, congratulations, Vanali. You are now their husband, I think?
King.
Yeah.
At the very least,
That's
senpai.
mating ritual.
God, that is your first
It's
ever
very
roll.
slimy.
Oh,
I mean, that
God.
is the stereotype role of the wild magic table.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do when I was playing a wild mage. It never happened.
First time he uses it, fireballs himself.
It's like,
Okay.
What
I
an
got this.
absolute
I
Chad.
got this. I don't got this.
I mean, narrative wise, kind of makes sense. You get maybe a feeling as you've used this item now for the first time, Vinali, that the energies of the cradle might still not like you guys a ton.
Yeah, you know, story-wise, that is very valid. Channeling the energies of the gods that we just pissed off.
All right. I think you might have some movement left.
I will use the remainder of my movement to dust myself off.
Okay.
I was gonna say, can you even move at that point?
So Conrad, it is your turn. You are still your hands are still numb. You can attack, but they'll be at disadvantage.
If I use my dragon breath, will it be at disadvantage? Well, I poisoned, so probably.
Well, no, because it makes them save. You don't have to roll to hit.
Oh, okay.
Like one of the besides being AoE, the big thing about the dragon's breath is it's on them to save. So even against creatures that have like really high armor classes, it could be easier to hit with that than punching them.
Okay, then I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna breath of the dragon at them again.
Okay, so you punch. Let's see, you can do the cone this time. You will get just that creature in it, but I'm sure he will not enjoy. So put the car down 14. So natural one. Oh,
Wait, did he really?
yeah. So he'll take 18 lightning damage. And you will see him very, very much have. He's almost like weighed down by the amount of mucus on him now. But you have another base punch, and if you want to, a bonus action punch.
Alright, and I'm gonna come up here, and even though my hands are numb and my fingies aren't working quite right, I'm gonna strike.
And 9 will miss. You get one more. Hey, that'll work.
And then I hit damage.
Yes. That is another jiggly bitch. All right. You down another one. You get more of the mucus on you, but as you're already poisoned, it's kind of redundant.
Am I
At the
taking continuous damage from the poison, or was that just a...
No, it's a condition, not a type of damage.
Oh, okay.
Which at the end of your turn, you can make another Constitution save. Still poisoned though.
Damn.
All right, Midi.
All right. Midi is going to smack. He is. Yeah, he's going to attack recklessly.
Alrighty. Going for the kill. That'll hit. Alright, 5 damage. That will hit. And
That
13 will miss.
Alrighty. That'll be the end of Midi's turn.
Alright, no movement, no knocking him back.
No.
Okay, so we'll move on to Cal then.
Have we just left that one poor boy alone all the way up here?
He was running away.
He was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They seem quite capable of spitting from range, so he was trying to make some distance.
Oh, okay. That is a different type of running away. I thought he was like being a little bitch, and I was gonna let him go. But if he's still attacking, then I will go after him. I can dash, right? I can move up to 30 and then dash a little bit as a bonus action?
Correct. So you could go up to 60 feet if you wanted.
Can I just go here and stab his butt?
Yeah, you absolutely can. It's a straight roll, but if it hits, it's sneak attack. That'll hit.
I've been clicking on things this evening, and they don't immediately show up in chat on my end. It's very weird.
Maybe a bit of lag or something.
Is that it? Did that go?
Yeah, that did. And
Peter's game broke roll 20.
I was just gonna say that.
you reach out and stab the creature. This time under the chin, not in the butt. But it is enough. You using your dueling prowess from your time as a swashbuckler, you just stick the longsword up under the chin and are momentarily reminded how much bigger this blade is than the daggers you were used to fighting with, as it comes out the top of the creature's head a good couple of feet.
Ooh.
So you would have 20 more feet of movement from your dash if you want to.
You said 20?
Yes.
Okay, I'll come skedaddle down here and call that good.
All right, we'll move to Mish then. There's just one of them left, seemingly.
How injured is it?
Middy's wailed on it some. It looks like it's probably half healthish.
All right. So Mish will go right here and stab at it with her spear. Well, bonus action, invoke the Rite of Dawn, since radiant and fire damage are two distinct sources, correct? They're not the same?
Right.
Okay. So to inflict bonus radiant damage. So
Okay.
this one I know I have to hurt myself for it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the 1d4.
Hold on. I think your
Oh, it went
die
up.
is a 1d6 now.
Yeah, my bad. 1d6. So
Okay,
should we
so
just
4.
okay. And now that Charity is now blazing, she will attempt to stab. Oh wait, I have to check that, my bad.
You can, click it in there. Cool. Okay, 15 points. Definitely looking pretty injured now.
And then for the second hit,
An 11 will miss, unfortunately.
damn.
But still, your heart is blazing.
Reckless fire.
All right. Very injured, seemingly cornered on all sides. What will the creature do? I'm gonna roll a d3. The 3 options are run away, self-preservation, try and take someone down with him, or try and mate Vinali.
Chatsu!
Or attempt to run away with Vinali.
Okay, he has chosen to take someone with him.
He has
Okay.
chosen death.
Okay, so he's going to make 2 attacks at you, Mitty, which you reckless, so these will be straight rolls.
Yep.
So that is a 17.
That beats it.
All right, and the other one is a 23.
Yeah.
So that is, oh Jesus, 18 acid damage.
God. Da, da, da. My calculator.
But it is seemingly resigned to its fate as it plants its feet and tries to cover Mitty. And is like you see, there's definitely some darkening bald patches on his torso where he's getting these just globules of acidic spit spat all over him. So we're up to Vinali. Just one guy on the field.
God, I really want to do something stupid that's not going to do much damage, but it's just fun.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to make my way over to it. Yeah, I can get to there. And because I did absorb elements, even though I know this thing is going to be resistant to fire damage, I will go ahead and stab it with my dagger.
Your dagger or your longsword?
I gave my longsword away, remember?
Didn't you guys? Oh no, you did give it away, huh? Okay, yeah. You had 2 of them. You kept one and gave it back to Manju.
Yes.
Okay, so dagger that'll hit.
So it takes 2 fire damage, which is reduced to 1, but I get to use absorb elements.
Okay, so 5 damage total.
Yeah.
It is hanging around.
And I will move my spiritual weapon 20 feet closer, but that's not enough to reach it.
Okay, you do so. You guys that are all crowding around this poor creature see as Vinali stabs it, there is a discharge of fiery energy.
Oh God.
But creature seems still standing on its feet, although there is some like black curling smoke that comes off the creature's side as some of the mucus has been seemingly burned off.
Just like pat it on the head.
All right, Connery.
Alright, I'm gonna come up to it. And I'm gonna give it a punch.
All right, still at disadvantage. Miss. Ooh, miss.
I'm having a bad day. I'm numb as fuck right now.
You are. You get one more. Unless you want to spend a key point. Well, that will hit. Okay. 8 damage. Okay. And I'm assuming that was lightning.
Yeah.
Okay. Overkill by 12 points. As the battlefield clears here, it's mysterious how there are several fallen corpses as normal that you'd expect, but like 3 of them are clipping into the ground.
Hmm.
But you guys kind of take a moment standing there in the rain as the croaking finally dies down. Most of you are covered in some amount of acid or other sort of acrid scents. Vinali avoided that, but seems to have done a good job of taking care of his own needs.
Some people specialize in explosion magic.
Not you, though.
Desperately need baths. Is it safe to bathe in the lake or will I die?
Considering that's where they came from, I highly doubt that. If anything, your splashing around might attract more.
Well, we dealt with these ones pretty handily.
Make a perception check for me, Connery. Or actually make another con save too for your poison.
Oh, how did it
No, it's still poison.
do?
The rain is driving pretty hard now, and you can hear it thrumming on the ground around you and on the roof of the sort of ramshackle cabin and the dock and the rushing water out ahead. But in this momentary lull where your friends start to pick themselves up and you're sort of waving your hands in the air to try and get feeling back into them, you hear very, very distantly, like from far away, almost maybe even in your head, something that just sounds a little bit like a very high, breathy singing voice, just carrying a single note.
That's weird.
It's not an elf, is it?
It doesn't sound like any language you recognize, Connery. It doesn't hardly almost sound like words. It seems more like just a vocalization.
But he can't tell where it's coming from or anything. Like, it's, like, just so quiet.
It's pretty directionless. As you start to pay attention to it, and the rest of you see Connery kind of perking up and looking around, the wolf ear standing up on top of his head. It's slowly getting louder.
What is it, boy? What is it? Mission's trapped in a well.
I'm gonna kill you.
With your
Just-
numb fingers.
Something's. I don't know. Singing? You not hear that?
Can Mish tell where that's coming from?
You wait a few minutes at Connery's keying and try and listen. Make a perception check. You start to hear the same thing. Very high pitched, almost feminine voice. Just carrying like a high trill. You start to listen to it. You do think it's starting to get louder, and then both of you hear that voice continuing, and then like a second one start to harmonize, and a third one that's much lower, kind of just drift in and then disappear, sounding almost choir like.
Should we take shelter in the cabin here and wait to see if it's friend or foe?
Yeah, I'd like to get out of the rain.
Probably would be smart.
Yeah.
Hope you guys don't mind the smell of wet bear.
Or fried half elf?
I mean,
So you,
Barbecue.
we got a wet cat, a wet dog, and a wet bear.
Oh my god.
What wet cat?
You're a cat.
You don't have a cat.
you guys make your way over to the cabin. First person there tries the door. It is locked.
Mitty, you want to take care of that?
Yeah, Mitty's just going to take the
Wait.
door.
Wait. We could just knock.
The door.
Yeah, it's not our house, so knocking.
Does this place look
Oh,
like it's lived in, or does it look like abandoned?
That's rough. It looks very lean-to at the best of times, like it was made to be temporary, but it's even more run down than that. It looks like maybe other Fs or different creatures have already tried to get in the building and have scratched the surface up pretty good.
Alright, Mitty will take the door then.
But
Okay. So before Cal can try and unlock with his amazing thieves tool roll, Mitty makes an athletics check.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
no.
picking the lock.
I clicked on it because I thought it would tell me what was in my thieves' tools. I wasn't trying to roll because I am a moron. So I wasn't trying to step on your toes. You go ahead and take the door off.
Sure, do you want to pick it?
I would. Do I have a lockpick in my thieves' tools? I would think so.
Yeah.
Does that count, or do I need to re-roll then?
Well, it would count, but narratively, Mitty said he walked up and tried to rip the door off. So I want to see.
Okay. Alright, so athletics?
Yes, and your rage would have faded, so it'd be a straight roll. Okay.
Oh my god, the
This
door's
lean-to
kicking.
is very well put together.
He couldn't. His paws were too wet, and he couldn't get a hold
He's
on
got,
it.
he's got numb hands like I do.
Yeah.
This is why we listen to the order of operations, people.
PEMDAS, people, PEMDAS!
So, Mitty walks up and tries to tear the door off its hinges. You guys see he pulls, flexes his shoulders. You all wait a second, expecting the sound of cracking wood and hinges and stuff like that.
We hear the
Nothing.
sound of cracking, all right.
First the
Old man.
first the great warrior hermit who ran the store, and now the door that is never to be opened.
I can't believe you lost the fight with the door.
You guys wait a second. Mitty doesn't look at any of you guys before flexing again just to make sure. Doesn't move.
Uh, did did Mitty just lose to a door?
Mish, quiet, or I'll use you as a battering ram.
At
It's
that
a
point, Cal can come forward and start tinkering with the door.
I was like, I got this.
Yeah, I will. It'll take me a couple seconds, and I will jimmy the block open.
The ground was too wet. I couldn't get a firm purchase.
That's what I said. Your little peats were too wet. Your little bare feet.
All right. Giving Cal a few seconds to pick the lock. And you're 24, you'll have no issue. At that point, by the time this has elapsed, all of you start to be able to hear the singing. It's, like I said, vaguely operatic, kind of choral. You start to hear several distinct voices running through it, higher and lower, some of them harmonizing with each other, some of them just cutting in and sort of filling out the space. And it makes all of your heads feel like weirdly fuzzy. Mish, it is not familiar to you, not exactly, but it's similar and it reminds you of um, the specific song you heard growing up a lot in Defiance that the churches would put on, which was part of the culture there. It was something that all the churches would play, sort of daily in the morning. It has that same scratching the back of your ear itch, but something about it's different and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But Cal is able to crack the lock on the door, and the it swings in easily.
This fuzziness doesn't seem like it's just like a headache or something like that. It seems like it's unnatural.
Mm, hard to tell in the moment, but it definitely is like not comfortable feeling.
I'm gonna stick my fingers in my ears, see if that alleviates it.
Is it any worse for like Connery and Mish who have like the better hearing?
For the zone, it's a little worse than the elves, yeah. Um, Especially Conry, you can't help your ears swiveling around looking for the sound. It's a weird situation for you because in your current state you can't say you felt nostalgic about anything, but the sound's nostalgic. It sounds somehow like it's striking a familiar chord in you.
Is it like deja vu?
Yeah, and it's weird because you have no idea why. You don't remember. You would not remember where you heard it the first time.
Well, I can imagine that making him very uncomfortable and probably somewhat angry.
But I'm assuming you all file into the cabin.
Yeah.
Right, as you all go inside and close the door, I will describe what you see after we take a quick 5-minute break.
Oh, good. I need to go to the bathroom so bad. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. While we go for a minute and seemingly run to the bathroom, I wanted to quickly replug our charity for this evening. Here at IGC, I think we're the last ones, right, Rainbow?
Yes, we are. We're the last ones for this evening.
Okay, so we're closing out here our 2 days of Extra Life games and D&D sessions and things like that, hoping to raise some money for the Extra Life charity, supporting some local children's hospitals. I think for both of our fundraisers this year, it was the Riley Hospital, right, in Indiana.
Yes.
So I don't know who all's in the Twitch chat. If we have any spectators who are tuning in or who've been watching, if you are able to donate to these charities, that would be wonderful. We are hoping to, do our yearly bit to support the people that do some good work here in this world. But we will be back in just a few minutes and continue on with the story. But people need to get up and stretch their legs.
People really had to pee.
Actually, I will be just a minute.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm just gonna head out myself. Be right back. I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'll be right back again.
Whoever was trying to sell me viewers in chat, I'm going to replace all of your mayonnaise with just milk. And I hope you step on a Lego. They had like 2 people in a row.
Wait, trying to sell you viewers? What the hell?
Yeah,
Bots, man.
yeah, they had a link to go to a website that I then deleted, but
Bam.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, Drew.
Hmm.
Did you watch Seven Deadly Sins?
I read it.
Oh, okay. So, like, is it any good, the series? Because I've had people recommend it to me, and I've had people tell me stay the hell away.
It's alright. It's not the worst thing ever.
So what is like your stereotypical battle anime or whatever?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a battle shonen.
Is it true that they really fucked the last season?
I mean, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What were we talking about?
Seven Deadly Sins,
Yeah.
the series.
Cause like I've had people recommend it. I've had people tell me to stay the hell away from it.
I've not heard a ton of good things about it, but yeah.
It's not the worst thing ever. It's just like nothing special. If you want something fun, I'm pretty sure Chainsaw Man is getting an anime adaptation here soon.
Oh, okay. I've actually been reading Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Closest
Welcome
thing to getting Fire Punch that we'll probably ever get. I'm hoping the anime does well enough for them to be like, all right, so this insanity worked. Let's do Fire Punch.
Yeah, but whatever happened to Gods versus Humans? Why didn't
Uh,
that work?
So is everybody back now? Hello, Sunny.
Sunny wants to join.
He wants to
We're
fight
back. Let's
lizards.
play.
He did fight a lizard. Well, no, he watched a lizard earlier today.
Same thing.
Okay, forehead to my forearm. So is everyone back?
Yeah.
I think so.
Did you just
Alright.
light your candle?
It's been going for like 2 hours.
I just now got a whiff of it.
Yeah, this is the salted caramel one.
I know, and it's making me. This is gonna sound really stupid, but it makes me want to have a bowl of cereal. Okay.
Alright.
Is it like the sugary sweet smell?
Yeah, it's very sweet, and it makes. I'm just. I don't know. I'm like, gosh, I could go for a midnight bowl of cereal when we're done with the stream.
All right, Seinfeld, calm down.
Okay, well, we will pick back up then. Alright, so continuing on with the story, and thank you to anyone during the break who commented or donated. I was up, so I didn't see.
Let me check. I don't think we got anything new come through, but in case I've missed anything at all. Okay. I think I was just on before stream, so I think this might have come through while we were playing, but thank you for the person who donated 25. I'm not gonna say your name on stream in case you don't want to put out because it is your real name, but thank you, and I will send you a thank you message here shortly, probably after game is done.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for supporting the charity. Alrighty. So continuing the story here. You guys enter the damp and darkly lit interior of the cabin. Given its temporary nature, this is not fantastically constructed. There's definitely you can see daylight through the walls and the ceiling in points, which means that there's plenty of water on the inside of the cabin as well.
Nice. Schlep, schlep, schlep.
You see some sparse furnishings, all wood, mostly like a couple of tables and chairs. Looks like one cot with straw that is very damp and mildewy. You find two bodies inside of humans wearing these slightly odd for most of you yellow ponchos, essentially, with some like interesting pattern work on them. Those of you who have been south of the Ravel would recognize these as clan clothes from the tribes that make Haven home. But these two bodies are very much dead, lying on the ground, at first glance without much visible injury.
What about second glance?
If you'd like to get close and inspect them, you can with a medicine check.
I will assist with that.
I don't think I have a medicine or good medicine.
It's okay, neither do I.
Okay, so if he's going to help you, you can make a medicine check at advantage, Juju. Yeah, you go and start to inspect the bodies, and very quickly you'll realize these creatures have not been like torn apart by monsters the way you might have feared. And given that the door was still intact, it does appear that they weren't beset upon by the monsters that attacked you guys. You see. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if this applies here, but it's just a general question. Would Zoans be able to smell things like rot and disease and things like that? Like some animals can?
I would say, depending on the circumstances, maybe you could. Yeah, definitely more than a normal human.
Okay.
Take that and get another point to zone superiority.
What you do see is each of them has sort of in the left of chest, almost armpity region, one clean, thin stab wound that appears to have gone through and found purchase, and based on the slight pool of blood underneath them, which is very light for having killed them, but it appears that that might be the fatal wound.
They both have that?
They both have that. Yeah, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but similar positions on both of them.
Are they in the kind of place where somebody might do it to themselves?
That is difficult to conjecture, but it would be fairly easy to do to oneself, yes.
Is there any blades nearby that could have been the perpetrator?
Make an inspection check.
Key. Investigation?
Yeah, sorry. Looking around, and it takes you a couple of minutes here, which is getting distracting the longer you guys spend in here because the singing's just getting louder still. But after several minutes of searching, you look underneath the cot, and you do see there's a very long sort of what's the word, like mail breaker type dagger, stiletto pointed almost, that has been sort of shoved underneath the cot.
Mitty will pull the stiletto out and he'll hold it towards the group and he'll say, "Looks like this was a cut and run."
Oh my god.
And then sunglasses will appear on his head and you'll hear yow.
I don't get it. Was that a reference?
A NCIS joke.
No, that's mission character.
Yeah, the famous television show and list
Yeah.
Specifically Miami, no less.
It might be a channel only those in the cradle get.
So, what are Mish and Cal doing?
Mish will be actually looking around, seeing if there's like anything edible she can prepare for the group.
Well, there's some frog legs outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. One, I think those are a bit big to cut off, because one, I don't have your prodigious strength and your axe to cut them off. Hey, if you're willing to cut them off, I'll see if I can cook them up.
You've got a sharp tool.
I have a rapier that's meant for stabbing, not cutting.
I mean, if you stab something enough times, it'll sever.
Fall apart.
Yeah.
So are you going to go back outside to get the frog legs?
No.
You offered.
Oh, I can tell you, looking around, You see a few provisions. It looks like a couple of sacks of some ground grain like flour that has mildewed. You see some dried meats that have mold growing on them. It appears, you get the impression from the proximity to the ravel that the conditions here are pretty damp, so decay would happen rather quickly, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So these haven't been left abandoned for weeks, but they are definitely, it's been a couple of days.
Right. So, yeah, in light of the whole death and decay and all that, I vote we find someplace else. You know,
Make an intelligence check for me.
me?
He's smart enough to leave the cabin.
Yeah. Just based on what you just said.
So that vegetable garden on the picture, on the map, is that actually there?
No, I would say that's probably more of like a holding pen, right?
Yeah.
This hasn't been permanent enough for them to plant crops.
Okay.
So Mish, yeah, if you're the one chewing chips, Richter, try and like mute your mic or something.
Oh, sorry.
But given what you just said, looking at the bodies and the supplies, and what I said about probably the rate of decay here, the bodies look pretty fresh. They're cold, a little stiff, and their blood is dried, but they don't look like they've started decaying at all. The food and all looks worse off and older than they do.
That's weird. Are they zombies?
Please no.
Pro-
I've dealt enough with the undead for a while.
They're probably not the original inhabitants. Whatever happened, they were either led here or brought here just to be killed.
But who killed them?
That's the million-dollar question.
At this point, the singing has gone from a single digit number of voices to a double digit number of voices. And it is beginning to form a rather complex, if very alien sounding harmony that many of you are probably having to cover and screw up your ears to try and not give in to this weird smothering feeling that it puts upon your mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna like tear up some of the clothes from these corpses and just like stuff wads into my ears to try and block it out.
Seeing that, Mitty will walk over to Vinali and he'll tap him on the shoulder, and then he'll try and mime to him that he's pretty banged up and could use a little help.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use a second level healing word on you.
Thank you.
Actually, how is everybody doing before I do that?
Well, I'm bloodied.
Connery's poisoned.
Oh,
But
make another con save.
Oh yeah.
Actually, how long have we been waiting in this, Kevin?
I'd say it's been, a good 5 to 10 minutes already.
Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say, if we've been here for a while, if we could have taken a short rest.
And actually, with that time passed, Juju, your hands will have come back to feeling by now.
Okay, well then Connery's gonna grab his ears and tug them down. Try and block out the sound for the singing.
Is anybody else significantly wounded, or just you, Mitty?
What's Calborn?
Yeah, I would say from my DM perspective, most of you are decently injured.
Yeah, I'm a little over half health.
I'm not. I'm kind of. I'm well over half.
You're a quarter down.
I'm under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use a 3rd level spell slot, my last one, to cast Aura of Vitality and just bop a couple of you.
Sweet. That's a D8, right?
What is it? 2d6.
2d6.
So 2d6 to everybody. I'm assuming we'll have enough time for this. Rin, correct me if I'm wrong on that, because it's a bonus action, so it's multiple rounds.
Yeah, so how is it last a minute?
Yeah.
A minute.
So
Yeah.
10 charges.
Yeah, I'll say you take a minute, and those of you that are getting healed are just kind of holding out around. As Vinali's doing this healing and is sort of standing in the center of you guys and letting this warm, bright energy sort of radiate over each of you, a couple of you, I'll say Mish and Connery, given your naturally curious states, you look out the windows in the back of the cabin, back at the ravel, and both of you notice something very, very weird about it.
Uh-oh.
From about 10 to 15 feet past the docks, and for a good, as far as you can see from this vantage point, back to the right of the map, the ravel has gone still, like pane of glass still. But beyond that point, the rapids continue. And as you watch it, that completely still pane of glass is continuing to move down the river.
Is it coming towards us or just going like across?
Coming leftwards towards the direction of the cabin, which is the direction that the ravel flows.
Might want to pay attention to
Duck and
that.
cover.
Might need to take some cover.
Like, Mitch will just like grab Connery by the collar and just like drag him down as Mitch will just duck underneath the window.
Vinali's just like, what? What's everybody saying?
Yeah, you guys try and talk, and you can kind of hear each other if you don't have your ears blocked. But even those of you that do, there's like a weird tinnitus going on. We start to hear like some ringing in your ear in addition to the words you guys are speaking.
Like, Mitch will just like shake her head, like try to block out the ringing, and she'll just call it, "Everybody get down. I think this is gonna be a rough night."
So everyone,
Ringing loud enough that it would be causing anyone pain.
for you, Connery, and you alone, it feels like it should be painful, but it's not.
Weird. Connery's still doing the best he can to cover his ears. So, kind of down to ignoring everything around him just to try and make sure he can't hear.
You guys huddle low. The stillness of the ravel continues leftward for a while. You begin to see that however wide this patch is, it must be 100 feet or so. You go to the other like sort of peepholes throughout the not very well put together walls of the cabin and can see it's pretty centered about with the dock. It extends maybe 75 feet right, 75 feet left, but beyond that, like before the smoothness and after the smoothness, the rapids continue.
Yeah, I don't think sailing would be a good idea now. Hmm.
The minutes pass, the singing continues. It is arrhythmic, it is not repeating. It's a continuous stream of vocalization and harmony and interjection and voices very high, very low, everywhere in between. And nothing they say ever seems to double back or repeat. There seems to never be like a cycling or a chorus or a repetition. The song is that long, if that makes any sense.
Hmm. Like, are we dealing with sirens or what? Like, Mitchell peek out again, see like she can pinpoint like from a visual standpoint where the source of the sound is.
Make a perception check for me. You see 20, 30 feet from the dock, uh, peeking up above the water, just about uh, 5 feet or so, sort of scanning around, looking sort of at the cabin. You see a serpentine reptilian head covered in blue and green scales that are just sort of scanning the horizon of the bank.
Uh-oh.
Mitchell pull her head down. Oh. Hey, Vinali?
Yes!
I think we have a problem.
What's the
Something
problem?
tells me the monster hunters didn't do their job.
You guys all feel as much as heal, or feel as much as hear a low rumbling, not quite a purr. It's more spaced out than a purr, but a rhythmic dun 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 deep in this creature's chest or something that kind of rattles the loose sawdust on the floor around you.
Nobody
Hmm.
move.
Nope.
You see, just a foot back from it, another head pop up out of the water, sort of scan the other way.
Oh, cool. There's more of them. Hmm.
Is it a hydra?
I don't
See
think it's
another head
more of them.
poke up
I
out of the
think
water.
it's one thing.
Hmm. Hey, Mitty.
Question:
Yes.
is this the thing that we saw in the dream?
Hmm.
The
Referring to your vision?
yeah, the one that everyone else got to see too.
No, what you saw was like a colossal fin, almost like a shark's, of like a black, slimy skin. This is. You've probably never seen one, but you've maybe heard stories. The gem like scales, sapphire and aquamarine, the reptilian features. This is ticking a lot of draconic boxes in your head.
Oh,
Is it a dragon?
I would not
Mitty.
be opposed to fighting this. I think we're all a little tapped at the moment, so let's just hope it passes us by.
Yeah, or another option we have is like, hey, Mitty, you know that otherworldly, I hesitate to use this term, but lover you picked up recently? Could you maybe ask her to get this thing to bug off?
She's sleeping right now. Also, it's kind of gross. So,
I mean, dude, she's into you. In that creepy, stalkerish, girlfriendish kind of way, but you know what I mean.
You see this head move closer to the bank,
Oh,
and
Mish,
this head move closer
stop.
to the bank.
Talking.
Okay, shutting up. Sorry.
is anything happening with the sounds that we're hearing?
The song is very loud now. It's difficult to hear other people talk, much less maybe even your own self think, as this sound is kind of crowding other things out of your mind. As it does, Conry, you don't realize you were. You just kind of start to feel dampness, and you reach up and you realize you're crying. Something about this song is unbidden, dragging up weird, heart twisting, sad feelings in your mind.
So Connor's probably really confused. Trying to,
what are these?
but it's not what?
Oh, Connery doesn't know what tears are.
Connery knows what tears are. Okay, he's not that fucking dumb. This is an unpleasant. He only doesn't know why he's crying. He just knows that he knows what that is.
My
Yeah.
eyeballs are leaking. I think I'm going blind.
My eyes are melting.
Help, guys, my eyes are raining too.
You guys hear a splash as one of the heads goes back down underneath the ravel. The other one sort of scouting back up to the top. The one closest to the bank extends forward as much as it can, and just a long, sinuous tongue, sort of looking almost serrated at the end, reaches out 20 fucking feet and picks up one of the F's and pulls it into the creature's mouth.
I'm sorry, you said his tongue was 20 feet long?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
How big's his head?
I just making sure.
Sort of this serrated, seemingly prehensile tongue. It's not like a frog, like he didn't launch it. He was just able to like maneuver it, and it wraps around the eft and pulls it into his mouth. But the creature just sort of bites down hard once and swallows, and the creature's gone.
It's the legendary Paku Paku Hydra.
And that head is gone. The last head sort of does a last survey over the bank. Everyone make a group stealth check.
I'm gonna go ahead and apologize.
And I'll say, given the context of the scene, Mish, you roll at disadvantage.
What, me? What did I do?
We're talking rather a good bit.
I will spend a sorcery point to re-roll mine. I'm assuming 13 is not enough.
Do I have to tell you, or do you decide before I say?
It's when I fail a ability check, so you can let me know.
Okay, so that would fail.
Even worse.
Okay.
Even worse.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty.
Why'd you roll at disadvantage, Juju?
Aren't I still poisoned?
No, you're
No.
not anymore.
Oh.
Roll again, bitch.
No, I'd just take the 18.
Oh.
Okay, that's 2
Right,
successes.
bitch.
2 out of 5. That's a successful group check, right?
The Okay. You guys all have to duck low and kind of flatten on the floor as 2 streams of water the size of javelins go through the wall of the cottage. That is a 28 and a 27 to hit.
And he's going to whisper to whoever's next to him, and he'll say, "See, the door could only have been destroyed by a high-pressure jet like that."
We turn around and the door is still standing and the wall around it has collapsed.
It looks like 2 like sort of rail guns went through the wall. There's just not perfectly spherical, but 2 very close to spherical holes in the back wall and in the front wall that seem to have just cleared straight through the cottage. As those fire, you all hear the creature rear its head back and sort of keen. It's not language, it's not words, but you hear the song pick up dramatically and sort of swell to a crescendo that makes all of you clutch your heads. I need everyone to make me a wisdom save.
Am I just at normal now?
Oh, wait. Am I also at normal?
Yeah, all of you should be normal.
This
Oh!
one I won't know, but I'm going to go ahead and favored by the gods. So 17.
Cal has not been favored by anybody his entire life, apparently.
Like how I min-rolled that.
Yeah. Okay, you all fail.
Oh.
You
Wow.
all are laying there on the ground, and as the song swells up and fills your mind, and at this point, Connery, you're sobbing, but the rest of you can begin to feel the sadness in the melody, and it drowns out all other thoughts and feelings and ego of your own, as everything in your head is replaced with just the misery of this tone. You're all stunned for an hour.
Would you say that this Hydra is in the business of misery?
Yeah, potentially.
Is it the second from the top?
I don't think he gets the joke that deep. I do, but he doesn't.
As long as one person. It's a song by Paramore.
Ah,
I got it.
I got it.
that's why I have a more cultured wife.
He's never gone through his emo phase, unfortunately. I'm still working on that.
You just need to, like, pump My Chemical Romance 24/7 in the house for a week.
Joke's on you that she's not already done that. But you guys lay there, and for what feels like for a long time, you are aware of nothing of the self. As you guys start to come to, you're lying on the ground of the cabin, stiff and sore as fuck because you've been lying there sort of stock still for an hour. But the Hydra is gone. Beyond those two holes in the wall, there seems to be no damage. And the first person that sort of scrambles up and is able to look out will see the Ravel churning past at its normal, rapid pace.
Quick kidney check.
What?
Kidney check. Everybody still got their.
Oh, check your organs if they're missing.
Yep.
Anybody in a bathtub of ice?
That's how these hydras get you.
You guys start to pick yourselves up off the floor, probably feeling like shit.
Do you think those two did that to each other to avoid what just happened to us?
Probably.
Could Mitty tell if, like, the blade could have fallen under there like that, or did it seem like it was planted there?
Make a either straight intelligence or insight roll if you want.
Okay.
The DC will be lower for the straight end.
Okay.
Okay. The blade is far enough from one of the bodies that you get the feeling it might have been, what's the word? It didn't drop right by someone, but it wasn't planted. It looks like it was maybe either kicked or thrown or something like that, but it could have easily been from one of them after they used it.
Okay. So yeah, it's a possibility. I still wouldn't rule out
A third party?
you know, foul play. That's what I was looking for.
That was
Is there-
certainly an experience, though.
Is there any way to identify who these bodies are?
Well, you said it was clan gear, right? So you can at least identify the clan.
Yeah,
Also-
Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say also, you non-Zoans kind of all look alike, so I didn't realize you could tell each other apart.
You're the only one that would really recognize this, Mish, given that you've lived in Defiance with the clansmen of the Delayan Plains. But you don't recognize the specific designs of these Kurtas, but you do recognize that they are clan specific, and if people would recognize whatever calling card that is, they'd be able to point you to what clan they belong to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do they have an emblem or anything that Mish can take?
No, it's the embroidery on their kurtas, these poncho things, is the symbology.
Okay.
Probably just rip off the insignia.
I mean, yeah, might as well. Like, Mish will spend time, like, carefully cutting out the insignia for just keeping them.
Alrighty. As you guys sit there, some of the tension starting to fade out of you. Two thoughts probably occur to most of you. One being that could have gone very poorly if something had decided to harm you while you guys were catatonic. The other one is, holy fucking shit, that was a dragon.
Conry, are you okay? You look even worse than the rest of us.
Connery's kind of dazed, I think, trying to figure out all of the emotions he just went through. And he just kind of nods, but doesn't say anything.
Well, that was my first run-in with an actual dragon. Probably won't be the last.
I take it dragons don't ever. They're more relegated towards the southern half of the continent.
Correct. Any dragons that in the history of the continent have made their way to the cradle have been very few, but very big deals, because it usually takes a very strong and powerful and determined Drake to get through essentially the perimeter guard that is Twain and Defiance, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
There's been maybe, if you can't your mind back over the past 300 years, one instance of something, and it was a clan rallying big deal of some of the best warriors going to respond to that, but they are very infrequent that far north.
Alrighty.
And even though you grew up in a city of dragon hunters, Mish, that was absolutely the first live one you have seen.
Good to know. Oh dear.
Stories really don't do these things justice.
No, they do not. And also, we gotta report this.
To what?
The monster hunters? It's their job. Like, they need to know.
I mean, not for nothing, but do you really think they could take that?
Probably not. But I'm pretty sure they have some countermeasures. And I mean, not to put them down or anything, but it's like, the faster that thing is dealt with, the easier, or, the easier everyone else's lives will be. So as long as we have, like, some form of effective countermeasure, which, is their thing, we shouldn't have that much of an issue. Hopefully.
Mostly to himself, but with kind of a askance look towards Mitty, Vinali will wonder aloud, what is it with us and massive, terrifying creatures that are also incredibly sad?
I feel like at this point we're just a magnet towards the downtrodden and the horrifying.
What does that say about us?
I will say, to clarify, or maybe to give some context, there absolutely was, the main theme of that song was sadness, but it wasn't loneliness or grief in the way that some of the other creatures you've met have been. It was the sadness of not having, or being far away from home, but also not having, what's the word? if I had to sum it up in a sentence and just trying to characterize the mood you guys got from that creature, it was that I have this sadness for not having fulfilled my duty yet, and that as soon as I can, this sadness will become anger.
Hmm.
You mean like frustration?
What was that?
Do you mean like frustration?
Yeah, sorry, I'm having trouble with words. Yeah, sort of a frustration. That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
Hmm. But yeah, so I don't think boarding the river is possible now, especially with that thing swimming around.
Oh, it seems to be gone now.
Yeah. Hmm.
And you're so keen on us alerting the monster hunters, there's no other way to get to them.
Yeah. We just gotta hope and pray that, it doesn't decide to come back when we're sailing through.
Well, it showed up after we killed those lizards. Maybe it could smell the blood. Came for a quick
Why don't
bite.
we load a couple of them up with us, and if it does come along again, perhaps it can be convinced to leave us alone for an offering?
Are any of them still out there?
It only took the one that I saw.
Well, how long have we been out?
I don't know.
You poke your head out, and the rain's still continuing. Cloud cover enough that it's hard to see how much the sun has moved, but looking out, you still see the four Fs that were not consumed.
Right, and we do see those three boats in the picture, right?
You see a couple of, not exactly like the picture, but like a couple of sort of canoe boat type things more so than those. And you do see one large raft, like a good 20 feet by 20 feet square, like log raft.
All right.
Which
Well,
we will need for the wagon if we're going to bring the wagon with us.
yeah. Well, if we're gonna go, we have to go now. And Vinali does have a point. We could just make it go away if we just throw it food.
Maybe.
Or we'll just attract it to us.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to attract it to us more than us sailing across in the first place. So I think having the food along as a potential sacrifice could only be a good thing.
Right.
Fair enough. Mitty will walk outside and he'll hoist one of the. Is the one that tried to last ditch kill him still out there?
I'll say so.
He'll grab that one.
Alrighty. Vindictive.
It had spunk. It probably tastes better.
You guys start to load up your supplies. Are you all trying to fit on the raft? Are you going to take multiple crafts across?
I think we may as well take multiple crafts.
Yeah.
So, trying to be mindful of weight and stuff, you guys put the cart and horses on the raft with a couple of people watching them while the others get into one of these long, thin canoe type boats. Of the group, I believe that Cal is the only one that has any possible training in, sailing on a water vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So, which craft would you guys want Cal to man, and then who is going to man the other one?
I think the raft is the most important one.
Yeah.
We can always tie them together if we find any rope.
Would that be a survival check to steer it? The ships?
No, it would be a dexterity check. It'd be a straight dexterity check if you're not trained, or Cal could do it with his proficiency with his vehicle training.
I mean, he can try, but his dex isn't the greatest.
I can try to pilot the canoe and pray for some guidance.
Would sound like a plan?
Yep.
Okay, so you guys load up on your supplies and get everything ready. Cal taking sort of the helm of this kind of makeshift raft. It makes you miss the proper caravel ship you used to own and sail on, but this is actually kind of a bit comforting for you, Mr. Wormwood, being back on the water.
Excellent. I am quite happy. We're feeling better at least. More in my my element.
So you can make a check with your water vehicles. It's a tool over on like the bottom leftish, I think, of your sheet. It should be your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency.
Water vehicles, you said?
Yes.
Dexterity plus.
Proficiency.
Is that right?
Yes. Look, your proficiency. Oh, because you didn't tell it you leveled up. There you go. Your proficiency bonus should be a 3. You've been rolling at a -1 on all of your rolls tonight.
I have.
Yeah. You
Excellent.
didn't tell it that you'd gone up to 5?
I thought I did.
No, you didn't. I just did it for you.
Well, thank you.
So that
Okay.
should be 25. Which is not bad. And then Vinali, you will just do a straight dexterity check.
And I will go ahead and pray for some guidance and probably roll a 3.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Oh, wow.
23. Nice.
And just in case, 27. Natural sailor.
Yeah, as with most things so far as you guys travel together, you find that there is a weird affinity you're having with Cal.
Yeah. We somehow actually are related.
Maybe.
But, hello, Sonny.
Hello, Sunny.
As as the cat gets settled, you guys take off from the dock, Cal manning the raft and Vinali trying to help the others navigate this boat that is very long and not like super stable in the water, so it's a bit touch and go. But to some of your pleasant surprises, the two members of your party of elf descent seem surprisingly adept at getting you across fairly safely. They keep you on track, which is saying something because the Ravel is not a smooth sail. It is definitely moving quickly, and the waters are rough. And even with their expert hand sort of steering things, it's going to take you guys probably over somewhere between the half hour to an hour period before you will start to see the other side. As hard going as it is, you guys travel down the Ravel. As you start to make distance and start to get more to the southern half of the river, just given the current, you guys have been knocked pretty far to the east from where you started. Like if you look back, you're much further down than where the where the dock was, right?
A little bit of the river equivalent of Ripto.
Right. As you travel across Connery, something possesses you. You reach into the neck of your vest and you pull out your necklace.
Okay.
You see on it, normally it's been colored like a dull iron, that the first couple inches of the drake's neck behind the base of the head are colored sapphire blue now.
Does it feel any different, or does it feel like the thing is metal?
It's a little cold to the touch.
Can anybody else see me doing this? Who's on my boat?
Would you? Who would have been? I'd say one person could be with Cal on the raft. So one of the three not steering.
I guess Mitty.
Okay, so Mitty's on the raft. So you're in a boat with Mish and Vanali.
I'm probably way too focused on steering to notice.
Would Mish notice?
Are you trying to be discreet or hide it, Connery?
I don't think he's trying to be discreet, but I don't think he's still kind of like subdued in that from the whole thing before. So I don't know if he's being overly obvious moving around.
What's your passive perception, Mish?
It's a 10.
Okay, I'd say you notice it.
So what's that?
It's just a necklace.
Most necklaces don't flash and turn colors. Can I take a look?
Would Connery want anybody else to be touching this? Without his memories, I don't.
Roll a charisma save.
Connery's about to boot Mish off the boat.
Why?
Connery can make his own decisions.
Okay, I think Connery's gonna put it back under his shirt and shake his head. I don't think he wants anybody touching this right now.
It's like when you're playing fetch with the dog, but the dog doesn't want to drop the ball and instead just goes places it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Also, I can totally see the alternate timeline where you hand it to Mish and Mish fumbles and it falls into the river.
Oh god, yeah, so definitely not letting that happen.
And then Mish would go in the river after it, forceful or other.
And Michelle just like on the refusal, just like pounds, like, oh, fine, be that way. And events will just pass on as normal.
Alrighty. You guys hold your breath at points, hoping that the water doesn't go still again. And thankfully, at no point as you cross does it appear to. Said over probably half an hour later, you guys eventually pull the raft and canoe up onto the opposite bank of the Ravel, soaked through entirely with rain as you were open and exposed as the weather continued to beat on you as you crossed the river. Everything you have is drenched. The horses are sitting there, stomping and whinnying, unhappy at being tied to the raft, but also smelling like wet horse.
Eh.
There's a lot of wet animal smell right now.
The overwhelming smell of a wet animal.
As you start to untether things and bring everybody, including your animals, to stand at the other bank of the Ravel, you look back at your vehicles, knowing that there's no one back at the crossing to receive them or take them back, which unfortunately might mean you'll have to leave them here. But turning your eyes from the water, you look at your first glance at the plains of southern Alea, the lands that, to you, Mish, although you're not quite at home territory yet, is more home to you. As gray and rainy as it might be, you step off of the slightly sanded riverbank to hit plains again, similar to the last bits of last couple miles of the northern part of the peninsula once you got out of the forest. But rather than the kind of tougher, hardier, almost gray-green foliage that stuck to the scrublands of the peninsula, the plains of Haven are, at this point of high summer, golden green, almost as you look up further beyond the riverbank, you can see for quite a ways because the horizon is flat as fuck. You can see that the tall grasses standing and waving in the air, more like the color of wheat than the color of grass. And as you run your hands underneath it, even in the pouring rain, it has like a very dry texture. You'd think some scrub fires might be a bit of a danger during the summer here. The
So
horizon,
basically, home sweet home.
yep, the horizon is flat, open, unobscured. It is a forward path for you to travel. You know that far to your right, as you travel southward, you'll eventually be able to come into view of the Spine, the range of mountains that separates Haven from the March of Many Colors. But as of yet, you are kind of in a very, what's the word? Like Midwestern Dust Bowl kind of the horizon is a flat line.
Well, here we are. We're almost at Defiance. This brings Looks
If you
like
look
that.
to your left, you'll see the curvature of the planet.
Pretty much.
It's pretty flat.
And it's a funny
Yeah.
joke. Everybody knows the planet is flat.
But yeah, I remember. This brings memories back. This was my old stomping grounds.
What were you stomping on?
Well, I was a kid back then, so just doing all sort of stupid stuff.
Bring y'all back to the map real quick. You guys are probably somewhere about here. So it's probably another week to 2 weeks of travel. Week of travel ish. You'll have to cross the plains of Haven, which are nice, flat, nomadic, nomadically settled plains with grazing animals and some natural predators, but home to the myriad clans that rose out of the people that were able to survive and get away from Tethys during the calamity. This haven was where they were brought relatively safe for them to rebuild and get their feet back on under them.
Well, the good news is we'll be able to see threats coming from a mile away. The bad news is the threats will be able to see us coming from a mile away.
Yep. Everyone's on pretty much open grounds out here. What?
Is that a cat?
It was the cat. He wanted to say hi. Isn't that right, kitty?
Not with the voice mod, though. But as you guys begin to travel south, again, you'll be on the road for a while, and we can hit some of the more specific details next week. But you begin marching towards the second half of your journey towards Defiance. Many miles behind you, with many more to go, and a few choice, slightly dangerous experiences now under your belt. But you survived that, and hopefully you'll survive whatever else stands between you and Mish's home. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Shit.
So, thank you to all of our audience members who have been watching either before this point or up through now. Hopefully, this was an enjoyable enough experience for you, even if you don't have all of the context for the events and characters. Our YouTube channel at Impact, it's an Impact Gaming Community, Rainbow.
It is Impact Gaming Community PC.
Okay, so our YouTube channel has the VODs of all of our previous episodes, broken up into pieces as they were recorded. If anyone is curious or possessed to go watch them, but either way, I thank you all for joining us in this rare streamed version of Chance to Wake, and hopefully you had a good time, and hopefully the work that IGC has done as a whole over the past weekend will help make a difference out there for some kids that need some unfortunate medical attention. Thank you all, and thank all of our players for participating, and all of the hosts for running events this past weekend, and hope you all have a good rest of your week and be good to each other.
Alrighty, and it looks like we rounded out Extra Life with $235, so Not bad.
Yeah.
Yay! Alrighty. Good night, stream.
Good night.